If you've been eating salads, probiotics, oatmeal, fiber, everything the internet says is healthy, but you're still bloated, you still feel lethargic, you still feel like you have a bad memory and a big bloated stomach and food sensitivities, there is a reason. Your gut may not need more healthy foods, believe it or not. It may need less food variety. Today, I'm going to show you why the carnivore diet has helped so many people with their gut issues and how it can decrease your gut inflammation. Like for me, I used to think that vegetables were healthy. I thought they were helping me. At the time, I wasn't very educated about gut health. I was thinking like about cholesterol, which is important to think about, and getting the right vitamins and minerals and nutrients in my diet, and eating without oil and not eating much fat and focusing more on healthy carbs, whole foods, organic, which is great, but I was getting some things wrong, as you can tell. I was eating too much sugar, too many carbs, but I thought these healthy carbs were okay. I thought these healthy foods were okay for my gut. And like I said, I wasn't very educated about gut because gut health wasn't much talked about back then. Because mind you, I was plant-based for 8 years, and during those 8 years, I thought I was eating the healthy foods, and I was not. And instead I was bloated every day because of these healthy foods. Tiredness, foggy brain, lethargy, didn't sleep well, was cranky, had mood swings, had food sensitivities that I didn't even know I had. Like I said, I was not educated about gut health. And mind you, yes, I did have gut issues way before I started to become plant-based, but plant-based foods really exacerbated my gut issues because I was eating so much sugar, the healthy whole foods like organic potatoes, and eating a lot of fiber, vegetables that, believe it or not, didn't help my gut because they also have anti-nutrients, and eating nuts that had oxalates, which affected my gut. And, it just didn't help my gut, even though it was already in a state of just not healthy. The plant-based diet, the whole foods, the healthy foods exacerbated the issues in my gut, my leaky gut specifically. And over time, it became worse and worse and worse because I thought I was eating the healthy foods. And so what I found out over the years, you guys, especially now being on the carnivore diet, is that sometimes you don't need to keep adding things to your diet. I know some of you, like even I, would like to add spirulina and chia seeds, and what's the other one? Chlorophyll and all these other things to our smoothies and diet, and it's cool and it's fun and we think it's good for you. And it may be when isolated and not taking it with other stuff. But adding more things to your diet, especially when you have a leaky gut, is not good for you. Based on my experience, what I did was I added way too much to my diet, thinking that it would help me, adding this, that, and the other. And I'm like, okay, this is too much. And especially now, looking back, when I first did the carnivore diet, I did it incorrectly because I thought I could keep some things. But I noticed that once I took out a lot of the healthy foods out of my diet and started to go through the elimination process, which we would call maybe an elimination diet in order to get to the carnivore diet, is to see which foods were good for me, that felt good for my gut, and which ones did not. And that's the number one reason why people have gut issues, is because they keep adding stuff to their diet. Stop it. Stop that. Stop adding the healthy stuff, because they may not be healthy for you, because you are in a different state of mind. Literally, your mind and your gut are connected. So keep in mind, when you add all these vegetables and you think it's healthy, like the kale and the spinach, into your smoothies, they're not helping the leaky gut that you have right now. It's not helping it because there's anti-nutrients, and believe it or not, fiber isn't very helpful for your leaky gut right now. And I know I know a lot of people are going to get up in arms about this, but as someone who has eaten so much fiber before, it has not helped me heal my leaky gut. Meat, fat, other stuff, like peptides have helped me, but let me tell you, this did not help me. The healthy foods. Okay, so eliminate the things that make sense, right? Like processed foods, the junk food, things that irritate your gut immediately when you eat it. Eliminate that. Take it out of your diet. Be aware of how your body responds to certain foods, and isolate those foods when you eat it. Don't eat all the variety of foods in one meal. Eat one meal, eat a side of kale or eat a side of spinach and see how you feel. If your gut feels great, then keep it. If it doesn't, take it out. Reason number 2, your gut is not being healed because of healthy foods is because, I said earlier, plants have a lot of nutrients, but it also has a lot of anti-nutrients, meaning it's the opposite of a nutrient, anti. So these plants have over the years created chemical compounds in their stems to ward off predators so that when a predator comes over to eat them, it feels sick to their stomach. And that's what it's doing to you when you eat plants. Now, some people don't have that immediate reaction. Some people have phenomenal guts, phenomenal stomachs, and feel like they are thriving on eating kale and spinach. And as someone who used to eat a lot of kale smoothies and spinach smoothies, let me tell you, I did not feel good on it. I thought it was good for me on paper, but I didn't feel good when I ingested that. And I wish someone told me, hey, like, if you don't feel good on it, don't eat it. You know, vegetables, like especially kale and spinach, have a lot of anti-nutrients, these defense chemicals that they created in their own stems so that predators wouldn't come and eat them, which is great for them, but not good for us. And reason number 3 is, guys, you're getting all your nutrients, thinking you're getting all your nutrients from plants and vegetables and fruit, when really, yes, they all have nutrients, but they also have anti-nutrients, like I said earlier. Not the fruits, but the vegetables. And the nuts have, they have great things about them like fat, and zinc, but they also have oxalates. So keep that in mind. Oxalates are similar to the anti-nutrients in vegetables, where they do cause your stomach to get irritated because oxalates are not nutrients. They're just defense chemicals to defend themselves against predators. It's naturally a natural chemical compound created in these nuts. So keep in mind, guys, when you eat these things, even though you think you're eating the good, you're also eating the bad, and the bad can hinder the absorption of your body digesting these nutrients. And even if your body does absorb the nutrients from these vegetables, these nuts, these fruits, let me tell you something. The bioavailability in these plants are nothing compared to the bioavailability in meat. And what bioavailability means is that your body responds to the chemical makeup of the meat, of the nutrients in meat, and can absorb it quicker and efficiently in your body in order for it to take it to the right places in your body. While the nutrients in plants, are digested in your body, but the nutrients are floating around or in your bloodstream or in your body, but they're not being utilized. They're not being absorbed and taken to the right places, which explains why, by the way, my blood work was great when I was plant-based, but I didn't feel great. My body was not utilizing the nutrients in my body, okay? And not to say plant-based eaters can't do it correctly or can't do it in a way where they can be healthy. They can be healthy, but they have to take a lot of supplements and eat a lot of volume of food, okay? So keep that in mind. And with that being said, you guys, if you are struggling with pain, overall discomfort, you have a bad memory loss, you have a foggy brain, you can't think efficiently, right? When you talk to people, you can't conversate well either. You feel tired all the time. And most of all, you have a bloated stomach. Then you're gonna have to watch my video down below that I created just for you about the 7 mistakes that you are making to not heal your gut. Okay? Have an amazing day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.